So, all emotional masking is a very unnatural state of humanity. So, when you understand that people are trying to revert and like overtly manipulate you through emotional, they call it emotional masking. They'll push a feeling on you: sadness, happiness, joy, pain, whatever. These are not natural states of humanity. The natural state of humanity is in beingness, rooted in your being. All this other stuff is attempts at others to control your emotional field, which is fake. They created it and got you to believe in it so that they could use it against you. Remove belief in emotional fields such as sadness, happiness. Naturally, when you come from a place of being, or you witness people who have reached samadhi or other states of enlightened consciousness, you don't see them react to anything: happiness, sadness. Everything is simply as it is. It's what it is. And when you understand that there's varying levels of consciousness through the game, as well as people that bought into a completely fake system where they're being emotionally submasked and attacked regularly, overtly, you don't see it. It's signals being sent from foreign communique, like foreign radio signals being beamed at you. But it could be as simple as making you feel lonely or sad or vengeful or jealous. It's a fake emotion being sent at you to see if they can get you to play along with it, because then it's a form of them thinking they have some type of control of you. Remove from your belief structure emotional masks: jealousy, anger, all these things. Anger, actually, you could get angry or frustrated, but it's very short-lived. It's not something that becomes possessive over your being and makes you carry out unconscious activity in its name. It could be just like getting frustrated momentarily, but notice these as attempts by others to mask your true identity and your true beingness with some fake emotional mask: sadness, jealousy, fear. All of these things are coming from outside entities, beaming signals at you, trying to keep you masked and paying attention to something that's very not you and very not whole. As a human being, we have everything we need inherently to be happy all the time. Happiness is just another mask. I mean, well-being, normal, content. Anything else is coming from an outside source to try to move you in that direction, and use the emotional masking technique to get you carrying along their party line, their touting their line, or to keep you preoccupied in a state of consciousness that's not your own. And it's not even real. It's all fake. These people aren't accomplishing anything because they're using technology which is highly illegal and not allowed to be used. When you understand that this is going on and you can identify it, you can easily see when they attempt to do this to you. Because it's so clear. I mean, you could just feel it come in. It's like, this is not me. It's a foreign feeling or emotional field, and it truly is. They got you to believe in a false psychology in order to bind you somewhat to it through your substructure. These are alien rogue fields. They're not meant for. They're not natural. They're not here of the prime and grand design. So begin to be conscious of seeing when they attempt to use an emotional field against you. You might be sitting and just enjoying solitude, being at one with yourself, peaceful, zen, no erroneous zones, nez. So when you see an attempt overtly to push loneliness, that's how you know this, is you identify it. This is not me. Somebody with an interest in trying to make me perform how they believe I should perform, or what they are attempting to accomplish. And it might be the insertion of a person into your sphere of being, like another party, into your sphere, into your world of influence. And this might be somebody who is completely unconscious or unaware that they also are having emotional fields cast at them to try to influence them to go around you, which then later they might try to use an emotional field to make them either lash out at you or do something to you. So be aware when you see these attempts overtly to control your well-being, because it's very commonplace to see when someone is doing this. From a state of being, you can see all attempts that people make to try to take And for whatever reason, as in, like I said, with loneliness, a perfect example is if they can get you to think you're lonely, you'll start to seek out companionship, and you will also not think rationally about the implications of said unnatural companionship, meaning somebody that was influenced to go around you, i.e., to be used as some form of control over your generalized fictitious mood, because they're trying to generate and control that from moment to moment with the use of unconscious people who are also having emotional fields pushed on them and subliminal suggestion. Because if they can get them, if they're mad at you, they can make the girl that they put around you lash out. They can just cast nastiness, keep pushing nastiness fields on the girl till she snaps at you and takes out her anger at you unconsciously. You need to be very aware of this, because it's a common attempt that they are using. And from a state of great understanding, you can see and clearly identify all attempts to use these type of emotional masks against you. We need to be highly conscious in the days ahead. The mess that I've identified with Mundy Pharma, Purdue, Epstein, all this bullshit is all interlinked, and it's interlinked to 9/11 and coronavirus, COVID-19. But they're very weak at this point in time, and they're still lashing out. They have zombies who are still lashing out, trying to push emotional fields and this and that. They completely fell for the pseudoscience that will bring them to burn. And it is what it is, but you can take back your state of being and notice when this is going on and ensure that you don't become and fall prey to said techniques. I'd really like to call on everyone now to be aware and understand that these type of things are being employed, and from that point of clarity to resume their state of being.